Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Uploading visuals, sir.
And some people are probably gonna fight back and not like the comment I'm about to say, but if we are career driven, if we're type A, very dominant, then that means we're probably in our masculine. So what we're gonna attract is a man in our feminine. So we can't be in our masculine and want a man to provide as well, because then they're gonna clash.
Yeah.
Female life coach speaks the truth about career women's masculine energy keeping them single. Welcome to Managed for Highlights Daily. Shout out to Will Nakuzi, Kafa Club Podcast. No worries, no worries. You can find the link in the description. His live streams are full of golden nuggets. And we're going to highlight this life coach, Julie, that had some interesting points about the balance masculinity and femininity should have in a relationship, and why women should surrender/submit to the masculine in order to create this balance. Because hey, men are going overseas to find this femininity to complement their masculinity. We don't love these low quality masculine females. Shit. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do, because we men ain't we? Shit.
And the women of today, like a lot of us, I wasn't always like this. Before I started going into life coaching and personal development, emotional awareness, and everything that is, I talk to women nowadays and it's like, no, well, he has to put me first. I think it's more, they want the idea of a man that is purposeful, of a man that's going to provide and do everything. But then when they actually have it, they don't have the tools to actually be able to work on it and to build on it and to build it up and to be the, I want to call it the new age homemaker. Doesn't mean you have to stay at home and cook and do all the things that back in the day we used to do, but it does mean like behind every man there's a strong woman, and that's because I'm supporting you. I'm supporting you in the same way that I want you to support me. Like you go do your thing, I'm gonna go do my thing, but together we're building that empire. And people see that and they're like, I want that, but they're not understanding that it takes work.
What she said goes perfectly with the foolishness we've highlighted a couple of days ago. Check this out.
At what time point? Because hypothetically, I could be messing around with other guys, but when it's time for me to settle down, like
You're not, if you're sleeping with more than one guy at a time, you're not a traditional woman.
right. But if I'm looking to settle down, I become that traditional. I'm ready to settle down, and I'm ready to have a relationship, and I'm not screwing around with a bunch.
Listen to your elders, fellas. They said you cannot make a hoe a housewife. This woman is on the streets getting and says she's gonna be a virgin again when she's ready to settle down. Watch out for these born again virgins.
I'm not no saint. If anybody who knows me for years, you already know, this girl is not no saint, but she's changing her life, and that's what really matters. You will have men who will try to say things to you like, you didn't do this with this person, or why you gotta start now with me. Boy, I don't care if I just did it yesterday. If I decide today that I don't want to do it no more, then I don't want to do it no more. Period.
Guys, I got to.
Women are clueless when it comes to the embodiment of the Disney fairy tale they have in mind. Like the life coach said, it takes work. Being a traditional woman is not something that you turn on and off like a light switch. It's a completely different lifestyle. If you're not used to this lifestyle, you will resent it. You will struggle with it, and just like she decided that she want to be a traditional woman, that's how easy she will return back to the streets. Now, this is where submission comes in. Check this out.
I do, actually. Take, for instance, Cristiano Ronaldo and his wife. His wife has, I think they had a TV series, and she has come out to say, I knew what I was marrying into. I knew that he was going to be a star soccer player the rest of the time, and I surrendered. And I was good with being the housewife, with keeping the house good. He has me in a good house. He has everything is taken care of. And I'm at as many games as possible. She talks about this. Yeah. So I think it becomes more of a personal preference. And some people are probably going to fight back and not like the comment I'm about to say. But if we are career driven, if we're type A, very dominant, then that means we're probably in our masculine. So what we're going to attract is a man in our feminine. So we can't be in our masculine and want a man to provide as well, because then they're going to clash.
Yeah.
And it's not going to work. And I think, Will, what I'm hearing you say in all of that is that for a man to be at that level, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Cristiano Ronaldo, like all these top players, they have to have a deeply feminine woman that has like one, super healed masculine, no masculine wounds, or already healed them, so that she can thrive in her feminine and then be able to actually support, completely submit and surrender and be like, this is your show. I don't need to be number one because at home I'm number one.
Yeah.
And that's where it balances out. And I think because we didn't grow up in that type of it, I know I didn't grow up in that type of household and nowhere in my family. So it becomes a lost concept, something that it's an imagination. It doesn't exist, but it does.
This is gold. Life is about balance. And what she said in the end about the household that she grew up in, that's exactly why fellas get their passports. This life coach is Mexican. Latinas are raised with traditional values. It's part of their culture. And that's why you don't bring your foreign wife back home, because she will adapt. She will absorb the foolishness of Western culture. Check this out.
When I got married the first time, my parents legit were just like, you're gonna go to work, you're gonna come home to your husband, and that's gonna be your life. And I was like, yo, no. You know what I mean? Like, but that was how their generation came up, because that's what they saw their parents doing. So I feel like there was a shift with the newer generations that was like, we don't want what our parents wanted, we want more. And the desire for more created a rift in relationships. Because it was okay when a woman was making a little bit more money, but she didn't want more than her husband. Now her money translates to her wanting more than he can give her.
This is where the confusion comes in, because women think because they make a certain amount of money, they deserve to be with a man that makes the same or more, not understanding how to provide value to this man's life and balance to the relationship. They think they can have it all. Check this out.
You can't have it both. You can't have it both. Like,
why not? Jay-Z and Beyonce, why not?
He cheated.
They have a huge gossip. I mean, cheated. And she still, yeah. Oh yeah, he cheated. Oh my god.
Yeah, but
Jay-Z.
Oh.
Yeah, but let me ask you, Anisha, is Beyonce still like full time right now in her career? Full time.
Yeah, she
yes,
is.
They are. They're about to go on tour again.
Yeah.
Where y'all been?
Beyonce,
yes, they are.
Yeah.
They're doing some
Superstar.
stuff together. Yes, they are.
But notice how she now changed her passion and her career for them to
exactly.
join. Like she hasn't gone on tour alone in a really long time.
Really long time.
And everything, like Jay-Z has been heavily involved in her music, from The Lion King, even from the album before The Lion King to The Lion King to the most recent album. Like Jay-Z is in it. And so is it possible, Anisha? Absolutely. Anything. I believe anything is possible if you want it. It goes back more to, and I think we talked about this before, what do you want? And like, if you want a specific type of man, there gets to be a certain, if you want the man that we're talking about, the one driven, purpose, healthy masculine, that is fit, whatever it is, there gets to be a there gets to be a surrender and a submission.
Yeah.
This is pure gold. First off, the Jay-Z cheating on Beyonce part is not condoned. It's called cheating for a reason. But the fact that she calls it out in this particular context is pure gold. Because Jay-Z is a target, a high status man. He gets punani thrown in his face on a daily basis. Can Beyonce fulfill his sexual needs when she's constantly working? Does Beyonce understand that she is not married to an average Joe? Brittany Renner. You cannot expect certain men to be faithful or at least be monogamous, and that's where the submission part comes in, and it comes with trade-offs. You cannot have it all. That's why it's not a surprise that 50% of women will be single and childless in 2030. They keep chasing these top 10, top 20% of guys. Most will not be successful, and the ones that are successful don't even know what to do with them. It's like the Joker said, he's like a dog chasing cars, not knowing what to do with it when he catches one.
Because when we, as women, when we move in, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being career driven. It's just maybe for me, when I was career driven, I was single. I had no time to entertain men. And I wasn't even it wasn't that I wasn't attracted. I just wasn't attracting the type of man that I wanted because I was energetically, I was not in my feminine. I was in my masculine. I had goals. I was moving. Type A career, working all day, every day, and just having fun. So I was attracting the man that wasn't ready for commitment. I was attracting the feminine man, the hurt man, all these different things. So it's more, what do we want? And what are we willing to submit to? What are we willing to surrender? Because it goes both ways.
Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.